Hello, everybody. Hopefully, y'all can hear me. Oh, yeah, I gotta unmute that audio. Now, y'all can hear Duke, or at least his car. We're here for a bit of a chit chat. Just to. Oh, shit, I haven't even changed over my banner. I am real pro today. Far out. Where's the banner? What am I? Bullshit. Interviews. There we go. Look at that. Professional. So g'day Duke, how you doing, brother? I hear you've just finished work.
Doing good. Yeah, just got off about 30 minutes ago.
Oh yeah. And so obviously there's a bit of a road noise there. For everybody, I do apologise if it's too loud. Let me know, I can turn it down a bit. Just means Duke, you might have to yell a bit. But you know, whatever works. You got strong lungs.
I have no problem. I'm good at yelling.
You're good at yelling, yeah. There's a bit of roboting happening. I think it's the car noise cutting over you as opposed to roboting. So we can work with it. Oh, hello.
We'll do our best. I'm in rural Florida,
so we've just started, and Del White Atheist has decided to jump in. Welcome.
Are we live?
Yes, we are actually live.
Yes.
Oh, well, you sound terrible, Duke.
Yeah, Duke, I was just explaining.
I know, it's not my fault.
Yeah, he's in the car, he's on the way home, and you know, he's got the windows up and he's doing the best he can. His car's a piece of shit. We love you anyway. But welcome. I was just yeah, sorry, Duke, you're right.
Yeah, sorry. No, you're good, man.
Okay. Well, basically, I was gonna just have a chat with Duke and ask him a few questions. Okay, somebody's watching the YouTube videos, so
Not me. I don't have YouTube open.
Yeah, Rachel, not
Oh,
you.
thanks.
I think it's gone now. It's all good.
I'm sorry?
It's all good. So, well, I was planning on just because Duke jumped in first, obviously, so I was going to ask him a few questions about himself, and we're going to have a chit-chat. So you're more than welcome to join us on that if you have any, questions or thoughts and whatnot. We're going to basically get to know Duke. I don't know how well you know Duke already. You probably know him. Great. I don't.
Yeah, pretty well. We work together. Used to.
Oh, well, goddamn, yeah, you guys will probably know each other pretty fucking well. See, that'll be awesome then. I'll have a third party to corroborate Duke's bullshit.
My bullshit is uncorroboratable.
Alright. Well, Duke, you're obviously coming home from work. We can all hear that. So, may as well start there. If anything I ask is not appropriate publicly, you're more than welcome to shut me down. What do you do for work?
I have two jobs. One of them is I repair and install refrigeration and air conditioners. And the other, I work in the admissions department for an ER. So when somebody's sick, they come in, I type them up and get them squared away so that they can treat them in the back.
It's not just sick, though. Don't forget, like, chainsaw accidents, because that's my favorite when people come in, like, squirting blood.
Yeah, we've got some pretty interesting stuff. We have the flock of people that come in, too. We got people that come in, they're so friggin' high, they're existing on two different planes of existence at the same time. There was one woman, I was pretty sure that if we could have recorded what she was saying and played it back through a sophisticated computer algorithm, we would have, like, the answers to everything in the universe.
Damn. So there's a thing like working, especially front desk, sort of in that kind of atmosphere. You would see a lot of different things over your experience.
Yeah, I've seen a lot. I've seen a lot of stuff, a lot of crazy stuff, and I haven't even really been there that long. And, we've had all kinds of stuff. You got people that get shot. You got people that get attacked and stabbed or beaten up. You got people that show up and then we have people that'll show up and they've been beat up, and then the person that beat them up shows up, and it's interesting.
Yeah.
Mostly it's just checking neurotic hypochondriacs in.
As the
That's
majority
typically
of
what I
cases,
do.
yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with them. They're just there.
Well, at least they're looking after themselves. There's a mentality here, and I'm sure there is within a certain culture there, where, you know, to be the tough kind of person, you don't go to a doctor.
Yeah, that's true.
10-4.
We get people that are just like,
sorry, you're right, Duke. I was responding to the chat. Apparently I was a bit low.
okay, probably my friggin' noise. Sorry, guys.
It's all good. I've been trying to level it out for us.
But yeah, we get like we'll get people that there's literally just nothing wrong with them. They come in every day. There are a lot of people that will come in like every single day, and there's just not a thing wrong with them. And, you know, I mean, it's not a problem. That's what I do. I don't mind it, but it's just one of those things where it's like, are you sure you want to have $75,000 in medical debt for no friggin' reason at all?
See, that's definitely a problem there. Yeah, I can imagine. This is one thing I'm thankful about here is like, you'll have questions you're not sure, and we're not experts as just general public, you know. You don't know. You can Google all you want, but you don't want to trust Google. It's so nice to know that if I just don't know, if I need to go to a doctor and just get a proper professional opinion, I can. And if I don't trust that opinion, I can go to another and another. And it's all in one day or whatever that I, you know, can book them in. But free of charge, pretty much, you know.
How does that work? You just go there, just have doctors set up that you can just go to them and say, this is what's going on. Do you think I need to be treated?
No, you're basically like public doctors, public doctor clinics, where, you know, you'll have however many doctors that are there, you know, depending on how big the clinic is. And there are private and public clinics. So if you go to a private clinic, you need to go through your private insurance to get, you know, access if you don't want to fork out all the money up front. Otherwise, there are public clinics which are all covered under your public medical insurance, basically, which is nationwide. Everyone pitches in for it. So anybody and everybody can just walk into a doctor and go, I don't feel good, tell me what's wrong with me, or check me out, like, do what you need to do, or I have a broken arm, or like, you know, I'm bleeding, or whatever it is, you know. And
Yeah.
there's not really that many cases where there's an exception unless there's a shortage where you put in, you know, and they are the rare sort of things. And they do happen, don't get me wrong. So I'm not, you know, there are times where you're sitting in a wait list. But more often
that happens
than not,
here too, though. Like if
yeah, but more often than not, those things that you put on a wait list for aren't life-threatening in any way. You know, like they're things that you can live with for a certain period of time.
Yeah. Well, what typically happens, at least with the emergency room here, is, let's say we have an especially busy night, we have some serious emergencies going down. All the beds are taken. What they typically do is they'll triage everybody up front and then have the people wait in the order of their need. You know, so you might have somebody that ends up waiting 4.5, 5 hours to get seen on a really bad night, or 2 to 3 hours, or whatever it is, you know. But it's typically because they have a sore throat, and we've got somebody that's coding.
Yes.
And it's all hands
exactly.
on deck for that person in the back, you know.
I know I don't have any real, like, I don't have hospital experience or anything, in the sense that on their side, on the doctor's side, I've been a patient many times, and at least for the unprofessional opinion that I have, is that I can see that ours do similar things. Like, their priority basis is pretty good, you know, like, I've been in for all sorts of different reasons when I've felt like shit, but I knew that, you know, I wasn't dying or anything. It was easy to see them, but, you know, like, just basically, they'll check up on you, make sure you're okay, but they'll always be working on other people before they come and actually bring you in and, you know, check you up in the doctor's ward or whatever. And it's good to know, like, because I think most people understand that to a degree anyway, at least here. You don't get a lot of pandemonium in the waiting rooms here. I don't know what it's like there. I mean, I know you'll get your occasional freak occurrence of something happening, you know, like, you know, the crazy.
I've gotten a few people that are cranky. I've got a few people that get cranky because they're waiting. Most of the time they just leave. They just say hello. They just walk if they're tired of waiting.
You could very generally assume that they're obviously not in that bad of a shape if they're willing to just up and walk.
Yeah.
Unless they are like they're walking because of the money, but then they probably wouldn't have walked in. You know. I don't understand the system you got. Like, I do. I understand the system you guys have got, but I don't, from a humanity point of view, I don't understand the system you guys have got. I don't know.
Essentially, if somebody
You're roboting a fair bit there. Not roboting, but it's the car noise coming over you. Hey Diana, good to see you.
Okay.
Having a chat with the old Duke. You're more than welcome to join if you wanted to come in and chill out. We got Rach in here as well. She's just chilling on all silent while I talk to Duke. I feel bad now because you jumped in and, you know. You are sounding a bit better now, by the way. There was just a period there where it got really loud.
Yeah, I slowed it down. I'm just driving slower. Essentially here, like, if somebody comes to the ER, we have to see them. We cannot ask them about any insurance or money or anything like that until they've been seen by a doctor. So they have to have been both triaged and seen by a doctor before we can even attempt to get them to pay anything. And then on top of that, like, we can't make them pay anything. Like, they're just like, I'm not giving you any money. We just have to accept that and let it go. So, and then it'll get billed to them. If they don't pay it, it'll go on their credit. Which people get upset about, but at the same time, it's like...
Well, does that not put people in a precarious financial position unnecessarily? You know what I mean?
It does, but somebody's got to pay the hospital for the... You know what I mean? It's got to stay open.
No, of course.
It's not a publicly funded hospital.
But okay, so it's not a public hospital, like, but okay, so it is strictly a privately funded hospital. Fair enough. But shouldn't you think that if it was a walk-in, okay, you're in the ER, okay, and I know that there are private hospitals here, and I'm pretty sure they're the same. I'm just not 100% sure. But it's like you go into ER. If you're not covered by that hospital, that cost will then get put forward onto the healthcare still, even though you're a private hospital, because you're covered by the public insurance. because it's still an insurance, it's still a coverage. So instead of it being paid through your private insurance, if you walk in through ER only, like if you are an emergency case and they can't turn you away, instead of lumping that on you, like because you walk into a private, they will lump it on the public health care, which is where it would go if you walked into a public health, hospital. The only problem I see with that is obviously private healthcare charges out the arse.
Yeah, so people just get private healthcare charges out the ass. If they don't qualify for any aid, if they're over a certain financial threshold, then they are culpable for the bill. But like for instance, the hospital I work at, we run a financial services thing where if you qualify, we'll give you a card that pays for every time you come to the ER. You know what I mean? So the hospital itself does do what it can to help anybody it can, but there's past a certain point where it's like these things are expensive, and we don't. It's not like it's a strange thing because it'll muck up your credit, but it's not really like we're necessarily like throwing people in jail for it or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? It's just it's a suck system. Our health system is a suck system. It could be a lot better, but like I don't know what the best road to go to fix it is. You know what I mean? I feel really unqualified in a lot of ways to even try to approach it because I don't have enough economic knowledge to say what would be better or what would be worse. If it would be better to just have it all across the board tax that everybody in the country pays that finances people's health care. It seems like that would work. It seems like it's working pretty good everywhere else. But this is America.
You are...
we don't care what works other places.
Yeah, y'all seem to have a thing about being unique. It's not that you are, it's that you want to be.
Yeah, that's
as America,
true.
Of course. Not you, Duke.
That's true. There's a lot of problems with America. There's a lot of things that are great about America. You know what I mean? It's not
yeah.
Like, it's just one of those things where we got a lot to work on. Medical's one big thing. Our crime and prison system is another one that's just horrifically corrupt and ridiculous. Our legal system is pretty ramshackle in a lot of ways. We got a lot of stuff we could fix, but it's so polarized that it's hard to... It's a strange system. Our political system is strange also because on one side, it's like they're completely polarized and fighting with each other all the time. But then, like, it doesn't really seem to make a difference who's in charge that much. Like, the same stuff. Like, none of the big problems seem to get fixed all that well, regardless of who's at the helm.
That's,
you know what I mean? Like, there's
inherent within the two-party system. There is no alternate avenues to, not even to vote as in party, like to create a third party that will win. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that there's no third party option that is viable that can create competition. Because the one thing America has proved is that competition breeds progression, basically. It's not the only thing that breeds progression, don't get me wrong, but it does. It breeds a lot of other things too. But when done properly, it breeds
competition.
Progression.
Competition creates a need for decrease in merit.
It's
it makes you want to
one-upping
better
each other
yourself
constantly. And if it's healthy competition, you're constantly getting better. Exactly, that's the idea. And And I just see that when there's only two parties, like we don't have necessarily like that kind of setup. We parliamentary, it's very different, but we're at the point where you can have major parties that if you don't get a majority in them all, they can be split up and create coalitions within themselves of the majority. So whatever major parties get the ultimate majority, they create a coalition. If they can, if not, it gets re-elected or whatever the fuck happens, you know. But it's just these little minutiae that can create a more representative government that would help with a lot of these causes, because at the moment, when it comes to just singular parties being either you've won or you've lost, and it's out of two, you're going to be able to basically buy them off very easily. Like there is
Well, there's also the
there's
issue.
no way out. That's like, even if you get out of the money thing, there's no way out. Like what do you want if you don't want those two? Because they're both corrupt.
Right,
They're
and
both
well, it's another
bullshit
problem
or
with it that the majority of the parties control the parties. You know what I'm saying? So more or less, who they want to get nominated gets nominated.
Yes.
Who they want
Yes.
to get elected gets elected.
However, there are still
So it's not
enough
even just an issue of two parties. It's two parties that have got a linchpin control over the parties themselves.
who becomes their
You know what I
leader.
mean? So it's not as much. Yeah,
No,
it's not
it's not just one
it's
thing.
not as representative as it should be.
It's definitely not just one thing. Don't get me wrong. Wow, you just dropped out like for the last 10 seconds. The audio was boom.
Am I back?
You are now, yeah. But I missed that last sentence you had.
Okay. Well, there's a lot of work to do, but the problem is that we get back to people that are in control and get the work done. You see what I'm saying?
Oh shit, it did it again, dude. You're right, man.
Yeah, I don't know what to say.
I think it also changes between where you are. Like, maybe sometimes you'll go between buildings or some bullshit or whatever it is, you know, and sometimes it's way more choppy than other times. We've been doing okay though, so we'll work through it. I figure I'll take this opportunity. Hello, Terry. I saw you drop in before and I didn't get a chance to say hello to you, mate. Good to see you. And Rapid X. I don't know. I'm going to go with the first way I said it. Rapid X. Good to see y'all.
Is it for rapper, the rapper?
I don't think so. But if you are, let me know and I'll mod the shit out of you. Because like, if you're some rapper dude that's watching my thing, like, sub me. You know, I have a Patreon account. Shilling it up. Hey, Rach, you still there? Gotta give a shout out while you're there, you know, see if she's actually listening.
Yeah, I'm on the road right now, so if you, I shouldn't be on the road much longer. Let me mute, and y'all talk for a minute.
Yeah, all right, buddy, not a problem.
All right.
Hey, y'all doing?
I'm still here.
Hey, y'all.
Good.
Okay, for a second I could hear myself. Were you going between listening to the feed and then back on Hangouts, or?
Oh no, I've been on Hangouts. You've just been in my pocket cleaning up the house.
Oh, probably hearing myself echo. Fair enough. I don't think we've been in random hangouts together and stuff before, but we've never properly said hello and been introduced and whatnot outside of Twitter. So, g'day.
Well, hello.
Yeah,
I'm Rachel.
Exactly. Hello, Rachel. I'm NotJah. I'd give you my real name, but I don't really give anybody my real name on this. Ooh, Lav.
That's fair.
I've got to send Diana a link. You know Lavender Lady, don't you? No?
You said Diana?
No. Yes, Diana. Yeah.
I think we've met before a couple
I
times.
could swear you've probably met her. She's a wonderful lady. But she's not Wonder Lady, that's Faye. It gets very confusing with all these names. Alright, I got a question for you. What inspired the recent name change?
That happened in our group chats. It's something I say pretty frequently, that I'm adorkable. And Christy basically was like, that needs to happen now, go change it.
Oh, I remember seeing
So.
that. I didn't think that was actually going to be it. That is so cute. She is an absolute darling, isn't she? Christy Santiago. I'd link, but
Yes.
I'm lazy.
Good morning, sweetie.
Lavender.
Hi.
How you doing?
Hi. Oh,
That's
little
good to
bit
see
this,
ya.
little bit that. Good for me, good for you. What the hell am I saying? I don't know.
I can't tell you, Diana, it is so nice to hear your voice again. It's been too long.
You
That's
masochist.
lovely.
Well, look,
well,
I might be.
You get to hear my voice this morning. I'm not dressed, so you don't get my camera on. I just woke up a little while ago.
It's only because we're in public.
It
I know.
is.
I understand.
Hey, I know there are people out there who do the public nudity thing. It's just that you don't want to see that out of me, okay?
Maybe I already have.
Besides, between quitting smoking and getting my medications changed around, I've put on 30 pounds. And no, you definitely don't want to see that.
I almost don't believe ya, but I'll have to take your word for it.
Yeah,
We're calling it bluff.
I cracked
Exactly.
I cracked 230.
Oh, well, look, you know, you go,
More than I've ever weighed before.
a little bit of one way, a little bit of the other way, you know, it's life. Well, you know, you work it out.
Yeah, I got to get to the gym more often.
Don't we
Oh,
all?
God. Yeah, I was going to...
Well, the darn thing is, I've got one right across the highway. I mean, I could be there in, 10 minutes. It's just a matter of, getting out of this damn chair and doing it.
I've got one in my apartment complex. I still don't go.
Oh, my. Can I move in with you?
I would love that.
Ooh, watch it. You could get yourself into
Don't
trouble
tempt
that way.
Oh, I love it.
Don't ever say something like that to a lonely girl, okay?
I know how it is.
Oh,
I would agree, but I
wait a
think I
minute.
don't have the biology for the... I have the other half, though. What is it?
Well, hey, biology is a little strange the way it goes anyway. You know about me.
Oh, well, that's true. I actually didn't even think of that when I said it. I mean, you're the girly. You're one of the girliest girls I know. What are you talking about?
That was my problem when I was young. Yeah, that got me into a lot of trouble.
Actually, it got me in a lot
I
of trouble,
definitely
too.
was not like the other boys, okay? Okay. I'm somewhat dressed at this point. Still not dressed enough, but that's okay. Who have we got out there? I don't have the YouTube screen up. Oh, my word, my word, my word.
We have...
Okay, hi, God. How
Oh,
you
Neil
doing?
jumped in. God jumped in. Oh, my lordy.
I saw Neil come in. Hey, sweetie.
Good to see you
I
both.
don't know if
Neil.
I know you. Terry, I don't know if I know you. Do I know you? Terry Davies?
Terry Davies drops into a lot of my things. He also does drop, like, I met him through wherever in the community. Like, gotta admit, he gets around. He's always in GE stuff. I think he's in Iowans. Lav, have you got your speakers doubling back, or is that you? Because Doe, you've got your image up. I think it's you doubling back. Am I in your pocket again?
I hope
Really?
it's not me doubling that. I can
I
check.
No, I think it is Doe because she's up.
Okay, I'll tell you what. I'm going to go
Better?
down for about 10 seconds and come back up. How's that sound? We're gonna go down.
Pretty sure you're pretty sure you're okay, Lav. Now I feel
Okay,
like I'm all
I turned it
alone.
down just in case, but I.
Okay, we're
No,
back
it's
up.
good now.
Yeah, 'cause I
Yeah,
got my
no.
head.
Aw, I make
not
you feel
doubling back.
alone.
No, because for a second there, everyone disappeared, and I
Okay.
was like, "Oh, now I'm alone."
So wait a
Yeah.
minute. When I came
No, it's
back
good
on,
now.
it started doubling back.
Not at all. No, no,
Oh,
no.
okay, fine. Yeah.
No, I had a feeling.
No, I haven't talked
don't
to you
mean
in a while, God. It's been a while. And I don't know if I know Jim McCauley or not.
Yeah,
Neil, I know you.
I do feel bad. I cannot recall if I recall Jim McCauley. But I love names, new people, even if you're not a new people or a new name. You know, much love. Thanks for dropping in. I'm sure you're not, because I don't get new
Try
people
going to
very
the channel.
often. I think Rapid X was new. I'm not sure if they're still around. I don't retain
Well,
my
I
viewership
have
very
just
well.
subscribed to Jim McCauley's channel, even though he has no content at all.
Aw,
Looks like I'm your first subscriber. Hey, yay.
too sweet.
Yay!
Well, wait, Neil, do you
Maybe
want to join?
this will be another. Maybe this will be another thing like happened to Shannon Q. You'll get so many subscribers without content that you'll essentially be forced into putting out content
Get
for those
forced to do
subscribers
it.
you have. Which I've got to do something about getting more content out. For Christ's sake. Yeah, I'm coming out of my hole. We're working on that. I put out something a couple of days ago. What the hell was it?
Yes, no, I saw that.
Oh,
man.
it was
That
a response to
great video.
Ray. Yes, you
Yeah.
had mentioned that you had watched it at work.
I
And I just
enjoyed
saw something this morning. SJ put something up this morning about Christians answering questions atheists don't think they can answer. I'm going to have to answer that.
That's a new
So I'm gonna
set
be
of
answering the
questions
question.
since the last lot, is it? Because I remember they did a bunch of
The
things
first
like
I've
that.
seen it is. Yeah, the first I've seen it is this morning. Let me see
Oh,
if I can.
nice.
It was tweeted. Let me see if I can find it. Oh my word!
Well, I look forward to it.
Wait a minute. Did she call herself SJ? Yes, she does. Okay.
My lovelies, just chat
I got
away.
into it with
I'll be
SJ.
right back.
Okay,
Won't be
honey.
long.
Yeah, she just put it up an hour ago.
Cool
If she hasn't
beans.
blocked me yet, I'll have to check it out. But I got into it with her night before last. A lady tweeted out that her mother had intimated to her that she was having surgery soon. Her mother had intimated to her that she hoped she had a near-death experience, so she stopped being an atheist.
That piece of shit. Yeah, okay. I know the one you're talking
Yeah.
about.
I got into it with her on that one, and she tried to double back and say I was straw manning her. Which is funny because
Not
that's
the way I saw it. Not the way I saw it. No, that you definitely answered on point.
she. Well, the funny thing about it is I saw it because of Florida Line. Like Florida Line retweeted it,
Yes.
and then inside of her thread, she said if anybody calls her on it, she's going to immediately jump to being misrepresented and strawmanned. And that's exactly
sure
what she said to me. Like, why are you
Yep.
strawmanning me this way? And it was just like, how am I strawmanning you? You explain to me how I'm strawmanning you. You know what I mean? Like, the appropriate answer to that is, the original statement is, I hope your surgery goes well. That's
Yes.
the appropriate answer. Not get
That's the
back
only
to us with,
answer.
don't say this other thing. She does this thing where she says something ambiguous enough that she can dial it back and then cry wolf and say everybody's just oppressing and just nasty, mean-spirited atheists are just strawmanning and misrepresenting her and being doo-doo heads to her for no good reason at all. And she didn't mean it that way. And
She's
it's
one of
like,
the most disingenuous people I've ever come across. Kaninen's another one. But
Were we still talking about SJ, by the way?
yeah, we
Yes.
are. Yeah.
Can
yeah,
I
we're
just
talking
want to
shit.
I want to throw it. Yeah, no, I want to
Hey,
throw it out
God,
there.
thank
though.
you much for the subscription.
Hell yeah, God the good one, man. If you
I
aren't
mean, God, who
sub to God
subscribed
the
to my
good one,
channel. This is great.
he's God the good one too. He's a well. He is
Yeah, I mean, there are many
he's a bit
fake
of a potty
gods out
mouth.
there,
Don't get me
but this
wrong.
is the good one.
He is a good God.
There is only one God. There is only one God. Is the risen Macho Man Randy Savage.
Well, one
the only
thing I
God.
saw many moons ago, there is no goddess
Hey,
but
he
goddess,
chilled.
and she is your goddess.
So
I am
Duke,
going to go find that because I haven't. Oh, you know what's going to happen? I'm going to start sounding really weird for a minute here.
yeah, that's all right. Diana, what this stream is actually is having a bit of a chit chat with Duke, getting to know him. Seeing as well, we all kind of know Duke, but I don't know Duke really well personally.
Okay.
So I figure if you got any random things that you know about Duke, you can let us know or bring it up or force him to tell us about. But I had I noticed a question here in the chat from Heat Shield, and welcome, buddy.
Oh, Heat
Who
Shield's
the
here.
hell
Hi.
is Duke Bonanza? Says Heat Shield. So Duke, in relation to our little community, who are you and where do you come from? Got a religious background or anything? Okay, not Robot Duke. We want Duke Bonanza.
Am I roboting again?
You were a little bit, yeah.
What's going on?
You're way
you're
down
good
in the
now.
mud.
You better,
Okay.
you better though. Yeah.
The only way to answer that question, who is Duke Bonanza, is to say a lovable cunt. That's the
Okay,
answer
I
I
know the way
give.
that works.
No, so I grew up independent Baptist, like Matt Powell, or the other guy, I can't remember his name right now, but he's part of that new IFB, the Independent Fundamental Baptist group. He's in Arizona. The preacher that's in Arizona that's such a hate monger.
So
I can't think of his name.
Yeah,
Is it like Steven
Anderson?
Steven something? That's him. Like that's the kind of.
I mean, I don't know if that's
Okay,
Steve
the one who's
Anderson.
not a secret homosexual, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's definitely a homosexual for sure. He's a closeted homosexual. So is Cruz. I guarantee it. Ted Cruz likes the D. He doesn't want to admit it, but he definitely likes the D.
Who? You're glitching out like a motherfucker.
Ted Cruz.
Oh.
The politician.
God, yeah,
Ted Cruz likes the D.
Yep, got you. What you said? Once I got the Ted Cruz.
He'll never admit it to.
Who though?
He'll never admit it in
Seriously,
public, but that guy dresses in
he likes to
lingerie.
date. He likes to maybe do a blind date, and every single time he's on a blind date, the moment they see he's the date, he gets turned down. Like, who the fuck would date that guy? Like, I don't care who the girl is. Like, what self-esteem issues would lead you to date Ted Cruz?
I mean,
I know, maybe she's got an ugly little fat guy.
Oh my word, Duke, you are definitely messed up.
You're maybe slow your car down a bit again, because god damn it, bro. It's not fair, because I want to hear what you're saying.
I'm sorry, man.
No, you're right, dude. Like, don't feel bad
here?
about it, man.
You okay?
That is definitely Diana. You here? And hello, Spooky. Good to see you, buddy.
Yeah. What? Spooky's a sweetie. What are we getting a movie night group here, or what's happening?
Yeah.
There's Spooky. There's Heat Shield. There's you, NotJah. There's me.
And Reese. Good to see you too.
Hey, hi Reese. I did not see you.
Oh,
before.
Reese, see? I threw the bad burn on him last night in private.
Uh-huh.
I got him pretty good. It was nice. I like Reese a lot. He's a good kid.
Reese
is
fun.
great. Yeah. So okay, so
But
you
we
come
have
from
over here.
a bit of a crazy Baptist background, but what sort of
Yeah.
beliefs, when it come biblically, what sort of beliefs did you hold? I don't know. Like, let's think of.
All right. So
Yeah, no, go for it.
I would have been very much like the hardcore anti-homosexual, anti freaking everything. And they're anti-everything. They're anti-everything that's not like reading the Bible and going to church. The churches I grew up in, you had to use a King James 1611 Bible. That's the only Bible that was reasonable to use. Every other Bible was that straight from Satan.
They would pick the worst translation that's out there, wouldn't they?
Yeah, they would.
Wait,
and
so
I
that's
mean,
worse than the
it's
silver
nonsense.
sword from the JWs? I mean, because that's a bold claim there, Lavender.
What's that?
I said, so you say it's worse than the silver sword that the JWs use? Because that's a bold claim.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it would be worse than the JWs. What I was thinking of was the worst translation of the original text, because the JWs added a whole bunch of stuff in, right? That doesn't appear in anything else.
More chopping.
Including the Principia Discordia, or what did they do?
Chopping and changing, not so much adding stuff in.
We're getting. Okay, because
God's sounds like
the Silver Sword. I'm not at all familiar with. I'm actually more familiar with the Book of Mormon than I am with your former book.
Fair enough. Well, yeah, it's just
yeah, I don't know.
Notable to be one of those many of the
I actually have a copy of the Book of Mormon.
Terrible renditions. I don't. I have always wanted to read it. G'day, Peter. How you doing, buddy?
Peter, hi!
We have not yet figured out who Duke is. You're welcome to join, by the way, Peter, if you wanted to. And by the way, God, you're always welcome to join too.
Is that?
I just don't know if you really want to. Say again, Duke. Is that
gonna go for it?
Yeah, gonna go for it, Peter.
Yeah, that's Peter.
Hey, Neil. Good to see you, buddy.
A lot.
You're at work, I see.
Well, I don't know what it is with you, Neil, going into
buddy.
work at like 3 minutes past midnight or whatever the hell it is you do.
Oh, no, I can hear you now.
Hey, Nick, whoops, I saw you. No, there you are. Hi, sweetie.
I say good to see
what
you.
kind of... What concoction are you mixing up now there, Neil?
Oh, fucking love the music, buddy. Is that your music or is that somebody in the background? Because that'll give me a strike.
Settle down, man.
What's it do, man? Get you high.
Neil, is that music in the background in yours or? Is there music? Yeah, is there music in the background? No. Who's got Breakfast at Tiffany's playing?
Yeah, it might be me.
Yeah, you got to kill that, brother.
It might be me. I'm in a convenience store.
Oh shit! Okay.
So
Can you mute?
okay,
just mute for a bit.
It's not music to prepare glycol by.
Because it's just if I can hear it, I'm gonna get a copyright strike on that, and I don't want that. It's a good song though. I enjoyed Breakfast at Tiffany's. Sorry, Neil. It was just happened to happen when you came in, so I thought it might have been playing like one of your mates, or you had the music going while you're working.
That's kind of sad the way that works. Is if there is something going in the background, you can get a strike on it.
I know.
Where it's just.
No, like it'll be.
I wish there were some provision for.
Dash cam footage, you get
Say
fucked
again?
over. Dash cam footage, you get fucked over because you'll be, somebody's reaction to a crash will be really awesome, but they'll have the radio playing, so you have to do the audio fuck around to try and get rid of the radio and keep the vocals. And then the same like games. you'll have video games that you'll be doing streams with, and they'll have radio stations in, like he says, convenience stores or in your car, and they'll be licensed songs. The game can play it, but you can't. And so you'll be streaming and you'll get a strike for it just because it was in a fucking game. It is bullshit.
Yeah. I wish there were some provision in fair use for that. I don't know exactly how you would do it, because I could see how it could be abused.
Yeah, I know, and
But
that's
if
it.
there were something that could reasonably allow you to get that background noise, that incidental shit, in your channel without a problem, that would be so nice.
That's why probably the easiest way though is to find the right sort of. I'm sure there are apps or programs you can do, but you can also just get the right settings on Audacity, for example, to cancel that kind of noise out for those moments. But it's just so much more work.
I don't know how you do it. I suppose you can. I mean, there is a way, for example, to cancel out the vocals to make a karaoke track out of a regular record. Now, listen to me calling it a record.
Hey, they're still called records, just because they're not on records.
Yeah. Well, Neil, you're not that far behind me. You know that.
I still call them records.
Yeah, exactly.
I still say records.
Like I do, and I didn't even grow up with them, so. Well, I grew up with them, but not in the age.
I remember when a record album was an album, when it was a book with sleeves in it, each sleeve containing a 78 RPM disc, and like a picture album, and that was the record album rather than the 14-inch vinyl disc with tracks on it.
You can see the album art back then too.
Say again, hon?
You can see the album art back then too.
Oh yeah. I really miss album art. There's just nothing like it anymore.
I'll admit
Some
that's
people got
something.
famous for their album art. Let's face it.
That's something I enjoyed. That even within when CDs were a big thing, and they were all different sort of like DVDs did the same kind of thing. But you know, you'd get those box albums that would fold open, and you have sleeves with artwork all like. I'm thinking of Linkin Park, Meteora, Reanimation, Hybrid Theory, those sort of albums where everything was all artwork from the band, and they're just, it's all interwoven within the actual music album that's included. You know, like you get the whole package automatically just by buying it. Whereas nowadays, they don't even give you that most of the time. You're lucky to even get a CD, like, or for back in the day, it would have been a record, you know, like, it's just, what the hell?
Because most of my music now was acquired simply as a digital audio file.
Yeah.
You're really lucky if you got a thumbnail that was attached to it.
Cover art, thumbnail thing, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I actually was thinking a few days ago that's one of the downsides of the digital age. It's like the upside is that you can get access to a lot of music really easy, and it's also easy for musicians to get their music out there. They don't have to go through labels and stuff like that. But one of the downsides is there's not that like physical copy that you get where you get like the notes in there you can read where they said thank you to people and cool stuff like that. Artwork.
A friend of mine, well, she's not a fast friend or anything like that. I mean, not that we grew up together or anything, but she is out there because of the ease that you can publish music now. Numbly Brennett, if you're familiar with the name. She started in Tucson, and I think she's in Iowa now, but the only reason she's out there is because she's self-publishing, which is so easy to do anymore.
Yeah. Well, it's easy on every write, too. I mean, it's easier to just get your work out there if you're writing or if you're doing anything anymore, because you can just put digital work out there, you know what I mean? And it's so I think that's a pretty cool upside to the digital world. But like I said, it's the same with a lot of stuff. It's like there's something that's lost. Like back in the day, I used to go to a bookstore and look at the books and see what just came in and see what's new and what's cool and pick them up and read the preface and read a little bit of them and see if it picked me up. And, now it's just I go on Kindle and buy the book. And
that's the thing. I prefer holding a book in my hand to reading or trying to read one of the screens, like a Kindle screen.
I absolutely agree.
Part of it is that my eyes are old, but another part is there's just that whole tactile thing where you're actually holding the pages and flipping.
Yeah. Like, and it's so hard. Like, like you're reading down a thing and you're scrolling. Oh, motherfucker! Sorry, I was going to get to a point, and then I was going to come to say, hey, Shane is in. So let's everyone say hello to Shane because he's like one of my VIPs, like Neil. And then he he disappeared again. So we can say who? What?
What is it that would require the original separated tracks? I think I lost track of us. Yeah, that was a pun.
Sorry, I didn't mean to throw the conversation.
All my vinyl was stolen years ago, and I am so pissed about that.
Oh, I would.
Well, it's not vinyl anybody would want.
Well,
I had something like 300 vinyl albums stolen. Now, most of it was Mozart, Beethoven.
I would love that.
Oh, yeah, I reckon.
But we share a love. We share a love of classical music.
Yay!
Yeah, because I absolutely adore that you use the second movement from the Ninth Symphony. That's one of my very favorite things. I got to see the Ninth Symphony. Yeah, I got to see the Ninth Symphony live in New York City.
Oh my word!
It was a bucket list thing of mine.
Who was conducting, if I may?
I don't remember it. I don't remember off the top of my head. Whoever was conducting the New York Symphony at that time, I think it was just the guy that did it. I don't think they had a star guy come in.
Would it have been Duke Bonanza, by any chance?
Yes.
Okay.
That's the name.
Man. Yes, I dearly, dearly love his style. He handles Beethoven like a master.
Yeah, I have a whole. If you look on my YouTube channel, I made a list. I've made playlists for a bunch of different people, and I made a classical list for Demi a while back.
Me too.
I miss Demi, I really do, and I take it that she's threatened to make a video in the near future. I certainly hope that happens.
I know I've heard things like that too, and I don't like to be too hyped up, but I am optimistic.
Oh, okay, Heat Shield, I get you. There is,
Neil,
as far as I know, a way to do it without the original separated tracks, but it's not a very good method. It doesn't work that well.
I think that's what the minimum they want.
Hey Neil.
Oh man, I tell you,
Neil.
You've got the hair, Neil. It's.
I'll get him in a second. Hey Neil.
What?
If you're gonna talk awesome shit to your coworker, how about share it with the rest of us, mate? Like I want to know about the crazy shit you did on the weekend, or what sort of spit you're putting in your solution.
What is he smoking? Propylene glycol or something, or what?
I don't know. Because all I can get over the convo is I'm like, look, either mute yourself or let us know what you're saying.
On us.
Go one way or the other.
Charlie Brown.
See, I just
God, you feel old when you saw the original release of A Charlie Brown Christmas. God damn it.
Oh, nice.
1965. I mean, jeez.
Wow.
You want to
Wait,
know what I did on the I don't remember.
I don't think
My kitty.
when were my parents born? They were like 60s, early 60s. Yeah.
I was
no,
going to
fuck,
say, if
Jesus.
you are as old as I remember you being, your folks would be a little bit younger than I am.
Yeah, like not by a huge amount, but a little bit.
Somewhere 10 years or less.
Oh yeah, not more than 10 years for sure.
They'd be somewhere in their 50s.
Late at minimum.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
they're quite close to me then, because I'm 61.
Yeah. Oh no, well one is, I think. Oh yeah, well, I want to be very close, just still a couple younger. Not sure on exact because we don't do
Okay.
birthdays here. It's
Oh,
really hard to
okay.
figure out the math too because I'm like guesstimating a little bit. Of course, Neil has awesome hair, Nadine. Boy, and why aren't you in here if you're
What
awake?
I should do... Okay, little one, you're going to get some breakfast, yeah. I should have done the 39 and holding thing like Jack Benny did.
What is that? You hit 39 and
But
then
unfortunately...
that's how old you are.
Yeah, you're 39 forever.
Yeah, gotcha. I remember my teachers always held to the either 21 or 29 rule. Didn't matter how old they
Okay.
actually looked. Yeah, it was either if anyone mentioned age for them, it was 21 or 29, and you'll get away with a smile.
Oh man, I'll tell you, I actually had a teacher in high school who was that close in age. I was 16, he was 25.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he was sort of like a welcome back Cotter, because he came back to the school system from which he graduated. Right out of college, he came to my high school.
Oh shit! I didn't send Peter a link. Fuck.
You
Sorry,
idiot!
dude. I know.
Set
I
fire
got
to
distracted. Fuck. Sorry, Peter.
You is a poo-poo face. You know that, right?
I know. Sorry, dude. I know, and I've been like 20 minutes max, so sorry, man. What are you gonna do? Now you got a link, motherfucker. Don't bitch anymore. Just get in here and bit, yeah, I can imagine what you're gonna say to me. So. Alright, well we have kind of diverged off of Duke. Sorry, brother. We're not really completely talking about you anymore, but yeah, what are you gonna do?
It's all good, man. I got back on the road, so
It's all good, dude.
On the road again.
Just can't wait to get on that road again.
it's a good song.
I find love is making music with my friends. I can't wait to get on that road again. Yeah, I can sing, motherfucker.
Everything else is awesome.
Oh,
Hell yes,
so that's
he
what
is.
was making the noise. Oh my phone is
Yeah.
almost
Fuck y'all.
completely dead.
It's my filter that fucks me up. Fuck y'all. I hate you. I'm quitting. You can go home
Oh
now.
my word. Oh, when did I get old? Why did I do it?
What happened?
Okay,
Oh,
better plug this
God.
baby in and charge him on.
Damn it, dude.
There we
That is a
go.
motherfucker. Oh, we should.
Is it loud as a
push this
motherfucker?
thing. It is. It's loud as a motherfucker. I won't lie.
I
I'm
tell
killing
you,
it. I'll kill it again. I was just letting you guys know I was back on the road. I'll kill it again, and when I get off the road, if we're still on, then I'll jump in.
Not a problem,
yeah,
dude.
you sound like you're in a Hellcat with the cockpit open.
Yeah, I was gonna say like an airplane hangar with a goddamn airplane running, but yeah, it's pretty much the same.
Yes. Oh, well, thank you, NotJah, for at least knowing what a Hellcat is.
Yeah, well, I know my shit. I play games. Yeah, that's probably not where you know it from, but that's where I learned my shit. So.
I'm contemporary with well, some of the older Hellcats anyway.
Yeah, fair cool.
Because yeah,
Oh,
I know
I don't keep up
they
with
were
models.
World War II, which sort of predates me, but
Yeah, I had a
Grumman made some really nice.
I had a fascination with all sorts of war machinery from World War One and World War Two because of video games. So and songs, funnily enough. Battleships from World War Two. I have a massive fascination with the Bismarck and all of its sort of thing. And World War One,
Oh
it was
my!
always the Luftwaffe, and I mean I've got a lot of German heritage, so it's just fascinating to me. And what was his name? Richtofen in the Red Baron. There was a game
Oh,
on
the Red
DOS.
Baron.
There
Yeah.
was a
By a Canadian, by the way.
yes.
I don't know if you guys know that.
80 men died, and 80 men died. Now they're buried together on the countryside. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 or more. The bloody Red Baron was rolling up the score. Yeah, I remember.
I don't even know that song. See,
Have you ever heard that song?
no, you have to send
Oh
me
my,
like,
Snoopy and the Red Baron. Look it up. I am going to
please,
find it for you.
Well, it's on YouTube.
because I know
1966, I believe.
I know Johnny Horton sink the Bismarck, and I used to as a kid get that played every Saturday on the radio on a thing where you could suggest songs, and I would call up every single week to get them to play this song. And if I knew there was a Red Baron song, hell yeah. I'd like.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I bet none of you
1966, if
even
I
know,
remember
except
correctly.
maybe Diana. You'd probably know Johnny Horton. Maybe Neil, but none of y'all know Johnny Horton.
I
Johnny
know
Horton?
Johnny Horton. I sure as hell know Johnny Horton.
Really, Peter? I would have not have
Really?
ever guessed you would have known Johnny Horton, like of Johnny Horton. Damn.
I know Johnny Horton.
Fuck you, by the way.
He has.
You
he
can't even
has,
spell Aussie.
he's-
You can't
Hey,
even spell
he's-
Aussie.
Peter,
He's-
hi Peter,
Wit-
Peter.
Witless,
Yay.
I'll give you, but
He's the singer of the redneck anthem. If I'm not.
yeah, no, he sings a lot of redneck anthems. There's no denying that. He is a Confederate all the way.
He has a song that is called the redneck anthem.
Yeah, I know. His whole thing was about the Rebs, like Johnny Reb.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I know
no,
this
yeah.
because I used part of it in a choreography that I once
Ooh.
wrote. So.
Oh, very cool. See, music history, even if you hate the ideography of the music, it still can be music and music history. Like, there's
Yeah,
nothing wrong with that.
you know what?
Honey.
The best thing is about music. Music is just audio and not visual. Because I've noticed you've not been watching the screen when I'm talking. Because
No, you didn't even listen to my audio because I had mentioned the goddamn fact that you can't spell Aussie, and you didn't even respond to it. And I was like, Witless, I'll grant you, but Aussie, motherfucker, at least spell it correctly. But you didn't hear me.
Hold on. Are you implying that people listen to you?
Yes, fuck yes, motherfucker.
When did that happen?
It happened about a week ago. Happened about a week ago. I grew some pubes on my balls.
Something.
Hey, honey.
That's something new. Hey, Diana, I noticed you
Yes,
put
sir.
in the chat. I do have a good message for you.
Oh my. Is somebody totally madly in love with me or what? I don't know.
No, but I think it's something that comes close to that when you're concerned. So Demi is coming back to YouTube.
She is then. Okay, I thought I heard a rumor somewhere And
Yep.
oh, this is wonderful. This is because I thought I had seen her say something that she might come back. And
She put out a teaser on her channel. She put out
Yes,
a little
this is what I'm
teaser on
thinking
her
of.
channel.
Yeah.
Talking about
And
Demi?
the day after that, I talked to her, and she's definitely coming back to YouTube. So
Yay!
I think we nagged her enough to get her back.
Now what we have to do is get her on movie night.
Oh shit! Yes.
Wouldn't that be something?
Yes.
Talking about
Demi. Yes.
Okay, all right.
Anti-ordinary.
Yeah, no, I know who she is.
Yeah, she's getting back to YouTube, which I think
That is awesome.
I think is pretty much the best news I've heard in the past couple of weeks.
Oh yeah,
So-
Peter, we'd
Yeah,
heard
I can only
rumors
think of
and
one
whatnot.
thing better to hear, and I haven't heard that, and I don't expect to, unfortunately.
Yeah, no, I haven't gotten laid yet. So.
And
Yes, dear.
and she's coming to visit me, so I get to
All right.
Yeah,
I
well,
get to
that's pretty cool.
get something off of my bucket list, because one of the things on my bucket list was to hug Demi, and so that's going to happen apparently. So
Yeah, I got to get her on my channel
Yeah.
too.
A little bit jealous though. She's sweet.
see,
Well, she can still
And
traverse the borders without a problem.
You got kind of quiet there for a
we'll
bit.
have to
Diana.
find a neat location somewhere near with me where we can do a live stream when she's here, because we
Hey.
definitely need video proof of that.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
pictures
Pictures
of
where
it
it didn't happen.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
Oh
Much
fuck. Okay.
but I got to get.
Yeah, I got
There
it.
we are. Oh my. Now I don't. I'm not in perfect shape here, but I'm not that bad.
Talk to you guys later.
Oh, you
there
off,
we
Neil?
go.
Did I miss you off, buddy?
Yeah, I got to.
All right, mate. You have a
So
great
I'll
one,
see you
man.
guys later.
Thanks for
Catch you later,
joining, though, man.
Oh, are you going
Enjoy
bye-bye?
yourself today.
Yeah, I got to go to work.
Much love,
Oh
bro.
yeah, thanks. Yeah, back
Take
at you
care,
guys.
sweetie.
Yeah, sure.
Later, Neil.
Bye, Neil.
Good. Neil's awesome.
Oh,
Hey, Rachel's in here as well.
Yeah,
yes,
of
she
course.
is.
Hello.
The dear lady is here.
Yay.
We
Yay.
haven't met before, so nice to meet
I think we've been in stream together before, Diana.
I do
Yes,
believe
I
we
have.
have. And I was probably being obnoxious, right?
No, you're always precious. I adore you.
How about Peter over
Watch
there?
it, lady. That's the kind of thing a lonely girl really wants to hear, okay?
Rachel, here's a question for you. Have you
Yes.
met before Gonna Go For It, Peter?
Yes.
Nope.
Well, not like,
In person, of course,
On
like in
Twitter.
a stream. Yeah.
yes.
Well, that's the gentleman that is
Never.
speaking in a foreign tongue and wearing my label, I suppose.
Okay. Is
Yeah,
it
it's
better?
amazing.
Is this
It's
better?
amazing
I'm
to see
two-faced.
some. Yeah,
Yes,
it's amazing to see
two-faced
somebody
now.
else doing the impersonations for once, rather than you, NotJah,
Yeah.
impersonating
yeah.
everybody.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. No. I'm not that good at impersonating everybody. That's the downside. I wish I was.
Well, your avatars do a pretty good job.
That's the yeah.
That was super
no,
cute. I
no.
saved that.
Oh, wait, did you see the picture of the GIF? God, if you haven't seen the
No, I
GIF,
don't
that
think so.
fucking
Which
freaked
GIF
me
are
out.
we talking about here?
I just gotta find it. Hold on. There it is. All right. I can't present because we're not in that
Oh
kind
my
of
word!
hangouts. But
Yeah, where's NotJah, right?
click
Instead
on
of where's
my
Waldo?
little thing, but they're all like
Yes.
blinking and doing their thing. Because I had one at first that was just all the
Oh
faces.
no!
And then I had another freaking atheist.
Yeah, I saw that one.
Decided to do a little work on it, and he did
Yeah,
a
I
marvelous
see
job.
your face on. I see you on Izith's body, and I see Cosmo.
Yep.
And who the heck else do we have going here?
We got Kosh from our Atheist Comedy Center, Cirrus, Black Sofa, Badger, Heath, Iowan, Isith. We got Fenrir as himself. I didn't put myself over Fenrir because he's just my brother from another mother. Logic,
Okay.
Tatted Atheist, Cosmo, Paula Gia, Russ, and Mr. Stick, Professor Stick, Mr. Stick. Yeah. I was trying to get, I was getting all the avatared people that I could get. So, at that point in time, anyway. Hey, Tatted, speak of the devil, he's in the chat.
Hey, Tatted.
Hey, Tatted, how you do? How is for you yet for that unto you is amigo?
You now have a
What
rank.
is am I to talking to making? Am I not
What are we
annoying?
going to do? Who knows? I don't know.
I don't know for you. I don't know. And let us turn to page 00004, and we shall read, there is no goddess but goddess, and she is your goddess. There is no Arisian movement but the Arisian movement, and it is the Arisian movement. And every golden apple core is the home of a beloved golden worm. What the hell am I talking about? I don't know.
Amazing. I don't know. You're just gorgeous. That's awesome.
It's an original, kids.
Well,
no, not a first version. It's a 5th edition out of 1979. Older than some of you in this chat.
Might I divert the conversation? I just realised I know that I started this as asking Duke a lot of questions, and we've asked a few questions, but I realise I don't actually know much about Rachel. I've followed you on Twitter a lot,
yes,
and we've been in one or two
Rachel.
things. But yeah, tell me about yourself.
We need to know what Rachel does, who she is.
What's your background?
One moment.
20 questions.
We need to know her.
Put you under the grill, all that kind of shit.
What's that, Rachel and a Bobby?
Possibly taking care of the old munchkins. So we can forgive that. But it was just something I was like dropping in and out, but nobody ever really asked so many questions. So tell us about yourself.
Oh, I was working 3 jobs, and I stopped at the hospital. I was working with Duke. Now I just do transcriptions online, and I work with a company that just does like dog shows and breeding. It's an organization, pretty small, but we've branched out to Canada and Europe recently. That's what I do. That's what I'm supposed to be doing today, but I'm talking to you instead.
Okay.
I do like secretarial work for them.
It's nice to
call that.
Taking away your time.
No, it's fine. I am very thankful that I can slack off today.
So she's getting paid to talk to us. Hey, this is great.
Damn.
Well, I get paid when the work's finished, so it'll be all right. It can wait a few hours.
It's pretty much what.
Good lordy.
But I enjoy it. It's something I can do from home. I've got a 5-year-old little girl, so she occupies a good portion of time, and this is something I can do while she's at school.
That's a fantastic way to, not allocate, prioritize your time. Because it's something I find pretty difficult.
And that's a very, what's the word am I looking for? It's a singular talent one can have to be able to relate to a 5-year-old. Something I've never really known how to do.
They are pretty interesting creatures.
I mean, people tell me, you were a kid once, and it was, yeah, I got better.
Nice.
She is pretty amazing. She's a sweetheart. We're doing
well,
soccer.
hopefully.
Yes,
Go ahead.
I want to admit, like, I had a period of time for a long time where my attitude towards kids just basically was, unless they could talk, I wasn't keen on them. Didn't care, because once they could start talking to me, I found them interesting. But then I had this one experience with a friend who had a toddler, probably, I can't remember, 2 years old or something, and he was such a little rascal, like just the most mischievous, charismatic little shit. And before I met this kid, I wouldn't even pick up another person's kid, because I'm like, I'm gonna fucking drop the kid, or I mean, I will, you know, I will break that child one way or another. It'll just cry when it looks at me, because most kids just cry when they look at me. Not this
I don't
kid.
blame them.
No, neither do I, to be honest. But not this kid. This kid was just gnarly as a motherfucker, and kind of
I
changed
know what
my
NotJah
opinion.
looks like. I don't blame the kid for.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Hey, real quick, I just want to say hi to Peter.
Hey, Duke, what's up?
Well, that was
Not
that.
too much, man.
said
Did you
hi.
ever get a chance to look at
No,
the?
kidding. Sorry.
Who's that? Tatted? Oh,
No,
Tatted needs to comb his beard.
Oh, I'll tell you, it's it takes something really, 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 really special to be a parent. I didn't have it, and I knew it. Unlike a couple people I could name. So yeah, I am definitely childless, child-free, the whole bit. And I think the kids are so happy about that. You know, who would want me as a parent? Let's face it. Come on, really. I mean, the cat has enough of a problem putting up with me.
You're my aunt. I mean, you're pretty
This
terrific
is my problem.
being an aunt.
This is my problem, Peter. I'm everyone's aunt and no one's lover. You know what that feels like.
I do. I know exactly what it's like. 7 years being everybody's best friend.
Oh, I was gonna say you're the creepy uncle.
No, I am a creepy uncle, but not in that way.
Oh, bože můj. Okay. We got for you, and he's over here to coming for you. And then I don't know to knowing what is that is for to that. I don't know. I have no idea what I just said.
Nobody knows. It's fine, but it was interesting.
There is goes is blow the nose, and is this stuff is the brain can blow out the nose, and is no more to brain up there, so it's not working on anything like that. Is fine for you.
But it's not even late there. I mean, at least I have the excuse that it's like close to midnight, 11.
No, it's early here, kids.
You have no. Yeah, actually,
2 minutes
early is
after 9
way.
a.m.
Early is way worse than night. Now that I think about
Actually, NotJah, it is early now for you, isn't it?
No,
It's
not
just
yet.
past midnight, so we're
No. Now an hour off, brother.
No, it's about 2,300 hours, isn't it?
That's correct.
Nope.
Yep.
About 11 p.m.
11.
What?
Wow.
11:03, man.
Yeah, you were 14 hours ahead of me. Yeah.
Because there's a difference in New South Wales time and Queensland time, even though it's on the same timeline down the globe, because one has daylight savings and one doesn't. So every now and then they'll be the same, and then every now and then they'll be different.
That seems needlessly confusing.
It
Yes.
is, but
Yeah.
it's because of the curvature of our land and the curvature of the Earth. It is an indisputable way to fuck any flat
Come on.
earther.
Come on. Come on. Everyone knows it is flat and you don't exist. I mean,
That is pretty much
we
a
talk
good
about
way
that
to
every
fuck me.
Friday.
Because unfortunately, that is correct. I can't actually dispute facts, and that is correct. I am actually a Brit. I just lost my accent after doing this for so long, and I was programmed by Ominous Day.
Okay, is that it?
There are
And then
probably
there's
more.
this kitty over here. I have got to call about you, kittiness. We've got to get things taken care of. Because if all goes well, let's see, wait a minute. Today's the 25th. Plus 7 would be the 32nd, which would be the 1st of November. So in about a week, if all goes well, I will not have one kitty here anymore.
Why? Getting a better
Because I
home?
would have 2.
Oh.
No, a friend of
okay.
mine is possibly bringing a kitty down here.
Yeah,
Because,
I took it the other way.
No. It's a pretty good chance there will be 2 here. Which means I have to take care of you, little one, so 2 doesn't turn into 10.
Yes.
You know what a good way to deal with kitty cats is?
Set them on fire?
You get one of you get one of those giant slingshots, like the ones you shoot water balloons with.
No, are you kidding? All you need is one
You
of
just
those.
you open a window and attack it to either side of the window, and then just fire the furry little motherfuckers off into this brink.
My favorite, all you need with a cat. I don't know, like everyone goes on about cats being dominant and stuff. It's like all you need to dominate a cat is a fucking hair-sprayer. Like you have a hair sprayer and that cat will do whatever you want it to do. Guaranteed.
Yeah, but it'll just shit in your shoes later on.
Well,
so we got to work on that.
Maybe
okay,
some
so
things you
sprayer.
have to think about in advance.
Because when you start climbing the curtains, I want to have that ready. Damn cat.
So I kind of have another question.
I've actually always liked cats.
Yes, sir.
I miss what Duke said. Something about live cats. As long as you're not eating live cats.
No. I said I actually really do like cats. I'm actually very fond of cats. I'm only talking shit because it's fun to do. Yeah.
They're tasty.
They are tasty.
Like babies. Newborns only.
There was
like babies.
Fresh.
Well, they're not. They're a little bit tougher. They're a little bit tougher than babies. You have to kind of slow roast a cat over.
Yeah, well, that's why
a long period of time to.
But that's it.
It's
That's
sort
why
of
you
like
go for the nice
Jamaican
fresh
barbecue.
baby. Fresh out the vagina.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
God, now how do I go from this? I was planning on going into a tangent. Now this just sounds awful. I'm curious, Rachel, what background you have religiously, because it's something I haven't possibly not asked.
I'm actually from Southern Baptist, and my parents are young Earth creationists. So
I am so sorry.
I do apologize. Yeah, that's...
I am so sorry.
How damn.
What I want to know, and maybe I already know it and just don't know that I know it. How does someone hold on to a view of the world like young Earth creationism that is so opposite everything we know to be correct and true in our daily lives? I mean, for example,
would it not be
you just have to literally continually deny science, just over and over and over.
It's the same way they do it in.
They also come up with some pretty. They come up with some pretty
creations.
interesting. I was gonna say they come up with some pretty interesting tricks too here and there. They'll have different versions. Like one I heard coming up was that the first verse of the Bible and the second verse of the Bible have a gap between them of time. So like in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth.
Yeah.
So in other words, in the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth, and then there's a gap there, and in between that gap, something happened to destroy the earth. And then what was typically explained was is in between the first and the second verse of the Bible, Satan fell and was cast down to earth. And he threw a temper tantrum and busted the earth up. And then the 6-day creation isn't actually a creation of everything; it's a recreation of the actual earth itself and the sun, like this particular space. And so it explains it. That's the way they used to explain how the earth has been here for however many billions of years, and the universe has been for however many billions of years, but life as we know it has only been here for 10,000 years or 6,000 years or 8,000 years or whichever one they're throwing around. That was one. Yeah, they do a lot of
something somewhat like that, I think. Okay, I'd forgotten that was out there.
Pretty much Hugh Ross's point of view.
Oh my word.
And so there's also a different version of that has pre-human humans, which are that we find those were the pre-human humans.
Well, I'm willing to accept that human is older than Homo sapiens, but I think that I'm thinking something different than they are, right?
Well, all wasn't it? Isn't everything with Homo at the front is technically human? It's the genus, but say we're just a branch of that, the only one left.
Just tell the Republicans that.
That's what I took from Sapiens. I know, right? They're all apes. They hate that.
And it's not just that. Once you said Homo in any way, if you say that's human, they'll argue.
NotJah. So
Peter.
Everything about science you can look up on the internet. You know what else you can look up on the internet?
Porn.
The correct spelling of Aussie.
I liked NotJah's answer better.
Yeah.
You know what else you can look up? Porn.
It was the obvious answer. It was just obvious. Sorry, Peter. I'm
sorry, but
that's just Rule 34.
Yeah, okay.
I just burned out on stuff a long time ago.
No, we need to look at this for a second. Everybody look at fucking Peter's if you can, because it's got Aussie written at the top in big fucking black letters with a goddamn E at the end, mate. Now, go back and look at your silly thing you drew up before, calling me a whatever you were calling me, and you can't spell for shit. Fix it, mate. You could have even done the OZ. You could have done the OZZY, and I would have been happy. Or even OZY, OZZIE. There were so many possibilities. You managed to just drop the E and fuck it up.
Wait a minute.
I love you, Peter. Though I'm just
the OZY is something. The OZY is something much different. I don't know if you are familiar with somebody who goes by the name of Ozymandias Ramses II. He's an absolute sweetie. He's an armchair philosopher. I worked with him quite a bit when I was on NCT Studios. And some of his views are a little strange, but he's definitely a sweetie. And that's the OZY that I know when I hear Ozzy.
That's not to be.
You know, I gotta say, that's one of my favorite poems. Ozymandias by Percy Shelley is absolutely one of my very favorite poems in the world.
NotJah, please tell me what I did wrong, because I'm not seeing it.
That's slick, Peter. You're slick, dude.
As I said,
what?
You fixed it.
What do you do? What do you do? What do you do? Okay.
It says
He
Aussie
finally-
prick.
Yeah, he finally put the E at the end. I wasn't arguing with anything else.
See?
If you're gonna
I'm
try and
fast.
if you're gonna try and fuck with me, you gotta at least do it right.
Yeah, remember that this is the master of roasting here. So don't screw up when you're around the master.
No, see,
of
the
roast.
thing is, Peter wants me to come at him. Like, he actually wants me to do him a roast.
So hold on, NotJah. There's this thing called phrasing.
I'm holding
First
on,
of
but I
all,
need 2 hands,
I
mate.
don't want to fuck with you. I don't want to fuck with you, and I don't want you to come at me.
You should
still
know these
holding
things.
with 2 hands.
NotJah. You've been hanging around movie night long enough.
I hang out with Karis. I'm careful about phrasing.
Yeah, see,
yeah.
when I hang out with
Nobody
Karis,
can
I'm
phrase
not
like
careful
Karis.
about my phrasing, and we get along just fine.
Well, see. No, I'm not going to say it. Nope.
No, you better not. No.
No, I know. What, she sent you some porno videos?
We talk about different things. I recently sent her a clip from a UK quiz show.
Do you realize that when me and Karis were chatting together, I was like, I was pretty much, as far as I know, the only person to blow her mind by telling her that I couldn't give 2 shits about her fucking voice. It's just another voice. And I find it hilarious that you get your rocks off to it. And all this whole shit about her being super sexy.
Says the guy who doesn't use his own voice. I mean...
Yeah, because I know that if I use my own voice, you would be uncontrollably orgasming.
Hold on.
I'm holding on. I've been holding on this whole time. You keep telling me to hold on, and I've been holding on with both my hands this whole time. Do you want me to start moving them? Sorry, Peter. I'm just fucking... I'm sorry, Peter. Just having fun with you, mate.
What is going on here?
Sorry, dude.
I mean, you can't comment on a voice. No way.
Haven't you heard my
I
real
do have
voice?
to admit, though.
Yeah.
No, okay. Yeah, no, just... Yeah, no, cool. Making sure.
I'm pretty sure you have. I have.
Yeah.
I know that.
Yeah, I thought most people
and
here
yeah,
have. Maybe
okay.
not.
So if I had a voice like that, I would use some software to alter it as well.
Well, look, this is it's like what Artie said when he finally saw me the other night. He saw my face. Like he says, like, couldn't blame you why you don't.
Oh, that's why you
don't
went
show
silent for a couple of days.
Yeah. Oh no, I think I scarred him for life, man. I showed my face, and he saw the thing on my head, and I did all sorts of, like, there was some weird, funky shit happening, and I think I freaked him out. I didn't think that, I mean, I thought I was...
Medusa. You turned him to stone.
I know that I have a few, like, unique things about me, but I didn't think I'd, like, be that weird. I thought he'd accept me, but no. He saw what I was, and he just fucking freaked out. I wish Artie was awake. I'd love to fucking pay him.
You can't take Artie. You can't take Artie seriously, man.
No, I'm definitely
You gotta take Artie with a grain of salt.
I'm pulling what he was doing to the greatest extent for the fun of it. So I love Artie. Don't get me wrong.
Oh God, yeah, Artie's awesome.
Yeah.
He's a
I've had I've had several late night private chats with Artie that have gone ridiculously sideways.
Yeah, watch what you're admitting here, Duke.
All right, man. No. Don't get me mixed up. I'm a fan of the D. I swing in every possible direction. I'm not ashamed.
Okay, fine.
Well, in
all
that
good.
case, how about look at the picture Peter's put up? Would you swing in that direction?
So, what was that again?
Have a look at the picture Peter's put up. Would you swing in that direction?
Probably.
Artie-
Probably.
Artie is
If tequila was involved.
Oh,
no, there's beer involved. There's beer involved. Hold on, I can get the beer.
Yeah.
A few seconds.
Oh, are you going to bring that one up? Yeah, I
Oh,
thought you were going to
nice.
bring that
I've
one up.
got beer.
Okay.
And look at the brand.
Yes.
It's a perfect match with Artie.
Damn.
And it's real.
That is beautiful.
It's real beer.
Yeah, the best part is that it is real. Yeah.
And you can order it when you're in the States. There is an online way to order it. So
I have to look at that and see if there's a way I can afford to do that, just to have the bottles after I get through drinking the beer.
just go
Sparkle
to some creationist event and pull out that beer.
There you go.
I'm going to have to just take a second real
film it
quickly to
while
say,
you do it.
hello, Hans. Good to see you, buddy. Our friend Hans P. S. Hansen. I love when he's in our chat. Aw, it's been a little bit since I've seen you in me chat. So, I'm sorry, I had to stop everything to say hello to Hans. He's awesome. As Spylog Jar Dropper dropped in,
Hey, guys,
I'm not sure if he's still here. Yo.
I hate to do it, but I'm gonna have to jump off here. I got to get in the shower, get cleaned up, and get some sleep. I've been going since 10 o'clock yesterday.
Yeah,
So,
you've been up for a while. I won't lie, I'm going to probably drop us off pretty soon as well. I'll give us another 10 minutes. I've already gone 20 minutes over past, so
Okay.
yeah.
So I joined,
joined,
and I still don't know who the hell Duke Bonanza is.
Don't you pretend that we didn't sit and have a 2.5 hour chat.
We did. We had a great chat.
Molly, hey buddy.
So we should have done most of that live. By the way, the reason we had a chat was a private thing, but after that we should set it to live.
Yeah, well, maybe we can do it again sometime.
Yeah.
So we're setting up a different kind of show. So you're on the list.
Cool.
Okay, let me see now. I'm looking at the website, Peter, and okay, we're looking at 12, 18, and 24. I suppose at 12 I could drink before it all went bad. It's amazing that I've only been on movie nights since June or July, and in that period I've drunk more than I had in the previous 10 years combined. What's the... So I'm serious. When I would tell people that I have a drinking problem, that being that there's booze all over the house and I forget to drink it, that's a problem there, kids. I mean, that's real. But do you know what the shipping is like to get that stuff to the U.S.?
I don't have a clue. So it's been a while since I even looked if it was possible to have it shipped to the U.S. And since then they have changed the website because my links don't work anymore. But at least it was possible at some point.
Because I would love.
All right, yeah. Oh yeah, because I just want to say bye. I'm gonna jump out of here now. You guys have a great day, and I look forward to talking to you again.
Too easy, man.
Okay,
have a great
take
one,
care,
Duke.
sweetie.
Thanks for joining me, mate. It was a great time.
You too, buddy.
See you, mate.
Yeah, dude.
All right. I'll be honest.
No, okay.
No. I think that it's probably a good idea if we start trying to wrap it up. because I've got to get to going
Okay.
soon. Do we want to do some shout outs? Like, we'll give a couple minutes each, if like a minute or so each, if you want to do a shout out or two for whoever and whatever you want to do, or if you're doing something in the future. Lav, Diana, do you want to go first?
Okay, fine. I am the Lavender Lady, the one and only. I am back and I am beautiful. I do a lot of response videos to stupid things, stupid religious things. I'm also looking at trying to get more of the live streams out there. I've got to do this. We've only got about a week left. I have to do a live stream probably on Sunday about why we really need to get out and freaking vote. No staying at home. Okay? Really?
Yeah, I back that. I second that completely.
Because we saw what happened in 2016. We don't want that again, do we? Okay. I will leave it at that for that little topic, and I'm thinking probably on Sunday I'll do something about that. I just put out a response to Ray Comfort doing his equivocation game again. And I'll keep trying to do those responses and the occasional a day in the life, just a little something about boring little old me, just to let you know that we trans folk don't have three heads. And I do have a Patreon, and if you folks like what you see, by all means, please throw me a buck. You know what I gotta tell you. All right, next.
And they're actually all really...
Yeah, the little one needs cat food.
Those videos that you do are really great videos to catch, too, I'm not going to lie. Because you probably don't necessarily...
Seriously.
You might not realize how informative they can be, especially when you do focus on just your own personal life, because there are so many people who have just wrong stereotypes stuck in their heads, and when they see things like that, or just you in your everyday, what you're about, they do realize that, like, we're just humans. You know,
yeah,
like,
I really like to let people know, if nothing else, that I lead a very boring life, and I mean that's what this is. Not being a trans person. It's not glamorous. In no way is it glamorous.
And that's the thing, though, because none of us in the real world really have like, we're just all fucking boring people. So that's what gives that connection.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah.
All right, I'll go down the line.
One I did one day on tuning my bike, and then of course I did the one, and I thank all of you for the kind words, by the way. The one I called "Breaking Up Is Hard to Do" when I left NCG Studios. And unfortunately, you cannot see the entire story of how that happened, because they pulled they pulled the video where everything came to the head.
I will bugger them.
But what can I tell you? I don't wish them any ill. Although I do wish that they would kind of revise their views on certain things, like the religious symbols on government property. It's one thing I'd really like to see that they change their mind on, but I don't see it happening, so what can you do?
Yeah.
Oh, excuse me. Let me do that. Oh, look at that.
Can we...
Do we have Niagara Daredevil? Yay.
Yeah, I reckon, right? The image. We'll go along to Rachel.
Diana.
Yes, dear.
Diana, I took the liberty of putting the link to your channel in the side chat.
Oh, vielen Dank.
Yes, you did.
Dankeschön. Yay.
With a direct command for everyone to subscribe.
Yay. I only need 20 more to get to 200. Actually, I think 19, Because I think when God subscribed this morning, that I think that took me up to 181.
Okay.
I'm gonna have a look just to be sure.
Molly says he's already subscribed. So create a new channel on YouTube and subscribe again. I mean, I'm subscribed with 3 channels so far.
Yeah,
So,
I have 181 right now, and I have no patrons, but that's beside the point. You know, just have a look at my stuff and make sure you like what you see before you throw any money at me.
As us all. Rachel, you want to give yourself a shout out and tell us what you do and how you're so awesome?
Sure. I'm pretty new to the community. I've only been here a few months, and you guys are pretty much the only atheists I've met in real life, besides my sister. I've got my Twitter, Doe-Eyed Atheist, and I recently made a channel, but I have absolutely no content. And I saw God subscribed a few minutes ago, so thank you for that.
Yay!
I should be, yeah. I should be making some content soon, hopefully. I'm not going to promise anything. I'm being pressured to start something. My friends are like, do it. So
I have to look and
go ahead.
Look at that. I have not subscribed to your channel. Oversight corrected.
Oh no.
Thank you, love.
Yay!
Now I'm like, oh,
watch
shit,
that. This is the sort of thing a lonely girl wants to hear.
But Tata is telling me I need to at least make a video, put it out there about like what I want to do with my channel. Basically, I'm hoping to reach people who are like me. You know, I've been an atheist for years, but I've never had that community. I never had anyone to share it with or talk to. So it'd be nice to reach out to those people who are kind of either on the fence or they're new and they just don't have anybody,
if I may,
helping them through it.
If I may, if you divided the U.S. See what?
I am awful.
I'm sorry?
I just went and looked at your YouTube. I went and looked at your YouTube, Rachel, and I wasn't subscribed. I don't know if I was. I'm pretty sure I was.
You horrible person!
Oh my God, no!
Nobody loves me.
Cool. No.
Now, if I may, and if I may not, just let me know. I think you're in the U.S., are you not, Rach?
I am.
If you divided the country into quarters, north and south and east and west, which of those quarters would you be in?
I am the southeast Bible Belt, so I am alone.
I am so sorry.
Thank you. It was tough for a little while, but I have you guys now.
How did you end up there? I mean, were you born there and stuck with it, or?
My parents are from down south. I was actually born in New Jersey. My dad was Army, so I moved around a lot, and this was kind of a culture shock for me.
Yeah, it was quite interesting. I worked in South Carolina for a while. I lived in Cleveland, Ohio, and worked in a small town called Pickens, South Carolina, quite near Greenville and Spartanburg. And yeah, that was
a slim
quite an
pickings there.
interesting change of culture. Yeah. I'll tell you that right now. No, wait a minute. No, that ain't this ain't South Carolina. I can tell you that right now. This more like East Texas or something like that. South Carolina, that's a little slower, I think, and it's a little more musical, shall I say?
It's a little more musical.
Yeah, I think it's kind of a little bit like this.
A little bit
sorta.
like this. I'd like to talk a little bit slower.
That might be what do you call that? That might be Mayberry. That might be Mayberry or something like that. What am I talking about?
I
I
don't
have no
know.
idea.
We've gone
Somebody
into
should
accents.
please.
Okay,
Please,
so
somebody kill me.
Rachel, did you have any more, or are we
You,
good?
Kitty.
Oh, I wanted to say to Peter that I'm sorry we kind of had like a rough start to begin with, but I look forward to getting to know you a lot better.
Oh, if you know Peter, he likes it rough.
Don't apologize. No, I don't apologize, Rachel, because what you did was 100% correct.
Wait,
Never
what
go
happened?
with what someone says. Check out the fact. No, we won't talk about what
No,
happened.
okay, never mind. I get it. It's all good.
Oh, it's that
But-
It's all
bad.
good.
Okay.
It's all good. It's all good. Never
Oh,
mind.
it's
Just
an
not
ongoing
important.
thing, but I don't think that we need to talk.
Yeah, no,
we
I
need
get
to
it.
talk about it here. But Rachel, what you did was 100% correct. If someone is making a claim, ask them to back up. That's what you did. So don't apologize for a rough start. You did it 100% correct.
Well, you seem like a lovely person, and I look forward to getting to know you a lot better.
Well, take it from me. Peter is a big sweetie. He most certainly is.
Yeah, so I need to keep my emotions in check at times, and I'm working on that because I can be a loudmouth.
He's a little.
You can be a little acerbic. I'll give you that.
He's a little rough around the edges, but he's got a heart of gold.
It's usually only when someone gets hurt that I care about. So I still think I'm not that bad. But
well, nobody thinks they're an
no.
asshole.
But Rachel, don't apologize. You
Thank you.
You did it correctly. And as a matter of fact, Duke did it exactly the same, and that's what ended up Duke and me having a talk that lasted 2.5 hours, which was great. We talked about real music, country music.
So
now
Peter,
everyone's upset.
Peter,
what kind of music do you do? We do both kinds, country and western.
We do country and western.
I come from the outback. I used to listen to country. It was good music.
The Blues Brothers. See?
Yes, sir.
See?
Peter.
Rolling.
Rolling.
Keep on rolling.
Rolling. Roll hard.
Peter.
Yeah, I still have my natural voice as much as...
I know my classics.
You're running short on your own shout time, brother.
Oh, it's my shout time? Okay.
Yeah, I've been trying to tell you that.
Okay. My shout time is going to go to someone I really admire as a person. So I'm changing my picture right now.
Damn straight.
She's getting back to YouTube. So everyone in the side chat, here's the channel. If you're not subscribed already, go and subscribe to the most beautiful girl from the UK on YouTube.
Ever.
And I mean that inside and out, because she's an awesome person.
She's a big sweetie. Definitely.
Yep.
Hard to do with a fucking voice filter, but what are you gonna do?
And if you did, was she on YouTube, hey? I don't know.
Yeah, definitely sub to Auntie.
So that's pretty much my shout out. Go watch her content.
You can't shout
And you
yourself
might
out
as
too,
well
dude.
shout out Paul while you're at it, because he's responsible for my knowing about Demi. Pelagia is where I discovered Demi. Or Pelagia, yeah.
Yes,
When he had her on his show.
And then you went on a live stream with her, and then for some stupid reason, I got a link, and that's where...
And the rest is history.
Yeah. And from the very first start, she was a bitch, I was a dick, and nothing has changed so far.
And we've all been best
Right?
friends since.
That's the best title I got on social media. I am the cool dick of cool dick energy. That's the title Demi gave me. So I am really proud to be a dick. I mean,
Very
if a
cool.
bitch calls you a dick,
Now,
it's
Peter,
okay.
this picture that you've got up, is this your work?
That's my work.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. Definitely.
Very good.
I'm not exactly sure. I may have the original as well.
Okay, I think I've seen the original.
Peter does good work, let me tell you.
Oh yeah. All right. Well,
Yeah.
Don't be so enthusiastic, NotJah. We might get ideas.
while you're trying to pull up the original, I'm gonna have to do a bit of a goodbye. There we go.
That's the original. That's the original, and that's what I did with it.
That is some extremely nice stuffs.
So the reason that I did it is because I was working on a channel trailer for Demi, and I asked her to send me pictures with no missing body parts. So what did I get? Pictures with missing shoulders, pictures with missing top of the head, part of the headphones, and then she made a video. I may at some point even share the video. She made a video with all kinds of facial expressions. So could very well be that that turns up somewhere somehow, because she did it in front of a green screen. That wasn't smart. Don't send the graphics guy stuff like that. That's ammo.
Yeah, that's just asking for trouble.
That's
all right.
Yeah.
Look, my friends.
We'll see what happens.
Yes, dear.
I'm going to say the goodbye to everybody.
You still want to end this, right?
Thank you
so
for
Diana and I are veterans on.
Thank you everybody for coming to join. It's been really nice. What they don't realize is that they're all muted at the moment, and they're all still. Well, Peter is still talking. Thank you very much for coming. I really, really do appreciate everyone there in the chat. Hey Zero, it's good to see you, mate. Sorry you've caught me at the end. But anyway, it's about that time, so I think I shall catch you all later. Thank you very much for joining. Much love, y'all. Night.